What's going on, fantasy community? It's Namco and Dustin here with Fantasy Smack Talk. In this video, we're going to be talking about the bust/overvalued players. So that doesn't mean that you should steer clear of all of these guys, just where they're going in drafts might be a little too high for us. So Dustin, start them off with definitely a bust, actually.
Mr. Cam Newton.
Bust.
He shouldn't even be drafted. Carolina, D'Angelo Williams is going to be gone. They still got Steve Smith, but they just really don't have a lot going on out there. We don't see him even coming close to 3,000 yards. He might do a little bit with his legs, but we're just not seeing a lot here. He might progress and be a solid quarterback at some time, but we really doubt it'll happen this year.
All right, the next guy is a guy that's actually going pretty early in drafts, and that's Bo out there with the Chiefs. And he did have a sick run last year. With that said, he had a super easy schedule last year, and when the games counted towards the end, he just disappeared. It's not that we hate Bo, but just don't be drafting the second round over some really quality receivers like a Jennings or even a Reggie Wayne or something like that.
Another receiver for you, and that's Mike Sims-Walker out there with Jacksonville. We think he is definitely moving to the number 2 role. We think Mike Thomas is going to take over as the number 1 targeted receiver out there. We just really don't see it happening for him this year. And they like Mercedes Lewis in the red zone as well, so we're not sure how many jump balls he's going to get in the end zone. We're just not buying Mike Sims-Walker this year. Sure, grab him if he falls really late, but we don't like the upside here.
All right, for you kids out there, and this actually isn't that long ago, but I got a name for you that I want you to remember. That's Antonio Bryant. He was pretty not that good for most of his career. He had one monster year, and then after that, injuries and other things, but he wasn't good again. Now think of Brandon Lloyd. Garbage at the beginning, monster year last year. Just remember Antonio Bryant if you're drafting Lloyd this year. That's all we're saying.
Next, we got Noshan Moreno. It's been very well documented out there in Denver that they don't think he can handle the load. They're trying to bring in another running back. D'Angelo Williams is the top name on that list, which have just turned into a mess for both those running backs. But it just really doesn't look like they're confident that he can handle the load. Even though he did have some successful years with the Broncos, they just don't think that he has the potential on moving forward. He's still going to get his touches, but don't draft him off of what he did last year.
Next, as a Steelers fan, it kind of pains me to say this, but it's Hines Ward. These numbers don't lie. He went from over 1,100 yards to below 800 yards, and then he went from 95 catches to only 59 catches. So, obviously, that's a trend going down. We don't like that.
Next, we got the number 1 running back taken off the board in this year's draft, and that's Mark Ingram. And historically, the number 1 running back gets overdrafted and never lives up to the hype. And it's probably going to happen again this year as well, especially with his situation. He's got Ivory out there. The Pierre Thomas is still out there. The Saints are known for spreading the ball around. We don't think he's going to give enough touches to have a fantasy impact. With the touches he does get, he'll probably do pretty well, but we just don't think he's going to get enough touches.
Absolutely. Next, we got Terrain out there at the Washington Redskins. If you watched our sleeper video, we obviously like Halou. If you haven't watched it, you might want to check that out. We got some good tips in there. Terrain's always had a little bit of an injury history as well. People are going to be overdrafting him because he was the starter. We really don't think he is going to get the starting gig this year. And even if he does, he's definitely a huge injury risk.
Next, we got a quarterback for you, and that's Matthew Stafford. Here's the deal. We like Stafford, but he's just getting ranked a little too high. People are just putting the expectations a little higher than we like. We've seen him ranked over Eli Manning, ranked over Matt Ryan. Here's the deal. If Stafford throws for close to 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns, that's going to be considered a monster year. Well, Matt Ryan and Eli did that last year, and they have just as good a chance to do it again this year, probably a better chance. So just take Stafford where he needs to go and don't draft him just hoping that he does what the other guys already did that you're passing him up for.
Remember, overvalued is a part of that. So when you're thinking of Stafford, overvalued. We're not saying just steer completely clear of him. The next guy, I've always had a soft spot in my heart for him. That's Tony Gonzalez. But there is no way I'm drafting this guy this year. Tight end position is very, very deep. He's 1 year older. Jones is out there now as well, so he's fighting for more balls. Just steer clear of this guy.
So that's it for our bust and overvalued show. One more time, overvalued. We're not saying all these guys are going to be busts. They're just going a little too early for us in drafts for us to comfortably say that's where they should go. Check out all of our other tiers and rankings. Check out our games, our pick'em/survivor game. It's a lot of fun. Sweet prizes. You're going to check those out as well. Our top 100, our forums. I'm Dustin. This is Nameco. We'll catch you later.